Welcome everybody, François the Third GDR D30 making a video response to Juce 734. Made a video about girls in role-playing games, promoting us players, girls or boys, to invite more girls around the table. And I agree, 100%. What he says is interesting. You know, there are statistics that saying that there are more and more women around role-playing games, and that's true for other nerdy hobbies like comic books and science fiction movies and all that. Yes, you know, a personal observation that I can make here is that they are there, but outside of those hobbies, often women don't, you know, expose themselves too much. They don't show up themselves that much, saying that they are liking that kind of hobby. You know, we guys, we are the kind who will wear a t-shirt of our favorite movie character and our favorite hero. We have, you know, we have t-shirts with a D30 on it, and we kind of show up ourselves a little more than women's. We know women's often, you can guess that they are doing that kind of hobby. You know, one recent experience I had with that is, you know, an old friend of mine. She, well, now she's a lady, you know, she's about my age, kind of in her 40s. But by talking with her, I discovered that in the 90s, she was playing in a 2nd edition Planescape campaign. Hey man, Planescape, it's quite weird. And by the way, she was talking to me about it. She did really seem to enjoy that. You know, I would have never guessed that she was into role-playing games, that she was playing Dungeons and Dragons. But, you know, I saw that. I saw the fire in her eyes. I saw that she really had a good experience. But, you know, she looks like a cool lady in their 40s, so, but not much, you know. And me, you know, I'm in my 40s, but I wear rock and roll t-shirts and role-playing t-shirts. You know, I do expose myself way more. So that's an observation. So the ladies are there, but usually they don't show themselves. And usually, I really think that role-playing games may appeal more. Many of its aspects may appeal more to women than we think. You know, I have been playing almost for 30 years role-playing games. Oh no. Sorry for the camera. That's been almost 30 years that I've been playing. And I have made many observations, because most of the games I was involved in had girls around the table. You know, I can count at least on my hand number of games that I was in that didn't have any girls. At least one girl. And I even had that Star Wars campaign that lasted for a couple of years, and there was more girls around the table than there was guys. And you know, girls in Star Wars, they rock. You know, they know their way around. Okay, observations. I don't want, just a disclaimer here, I don't want to be called someone who has a pigeon-holed view about how women likes role-playing games. These are just observations and something, you know, that I saw every time. So these are general behaviors, but it doesn't mean that it's every girls are like that. But these are my general view of that. First thing, girls don't like rules that much. Yes, they may say that they like D&D 3.5. They may, in my experience, they say that just to hang around the guys and not feel too odd about it. Because what they want before the rules, they want a story. They want a character with a story. If you want to invite a girl to role-playing game, don't talk to them about how awesome could be a barbarian mage with those feats that will optimize whatever, okay? Don't talk to them about rules. Don't talk to them about numbers. Talk to them about the character they want to make. You know, I had an experience last year with Pathfinder, which is, in my opinion, not a good game to introduce a woman, but it's possible. And she wanted to try the game, so I said to her, well, what do you want to play? But I didn't have any sheets. The book was even not there. It was just me and her with nothing, and we talked. How do you see her character? And she told me a story, a short story of what character she liked, what was in her inspiration about that. Just listening to her and saying, okay. And now I got the book out. I was preparing the sheet. But I wasn't bothering her with rules. I wasn't burying her under numbers. She wasn't buried under that. You know, it was always what she was saying that was important. And then I was guiding her through character creation. And when she had dice to roll, she was rolling them. When she had points to put on some skills, she was putting them. But it was all under the story and the vision she had from her character. And by the end, when she made all her choices and she rolled all her dices, I took the sheet and brought it at home and finished the sheet with, you know, the automatic stuff that you have to calculate. And she came to the game with character in mind. She had her sheet in front of her. And you know, my game, Pathfinder Game Master love is Pathfinder. You know, he loved to talk about the rules and how you can optimize everything. But often I was putting myself between the Game Master and her. Because at some point he wanted to tell her how much she could optimize her character by choosing that feat. But I felt that he was losing her. And by putting myself between the Game Master and the lady, I was looking at the lady and I was saying to the Game Master, wait a second. And I looked at the lady and I said to her, you know, what is your opinion about that? What do you think your character should be better at? And she simply told me what she wanted. And we did go like that. And she was comfortable with her character, even if the Game Master complained that she wasn't optimized to the best because she could have taken that feat that would have given her that bonus. No. And you know, she's a very, she's a very good character on the table. It's very enjoyable to have her. So, yes, that's how I did it. And that's mostly how I did it every time. You know, not burying here. We don't have to bury the girls under rules. We have to make them feel that the story, the idea they have is important. Other stuff. Girls, well, it's again with the rules, but you know, they are quite intimidated by the guys who may know the Pathfinder book. You know, they know everything that is in the book. You know, often a woman that never played the game, they often think that they have to know all the book in order to play the game. She kind of, and they don't know that the book that much, but when they see the guys, you know, taking the book and finding the rules on the spot, and they're kind of intimidated. And maybe around the table, from my observation, they maybe feel that they don't have the place. You know, they are not comfortable because they really think that they have to know all that. But it's, you know that it's not true. You know that you don't have to know that in order to play role-playing games. So you have to guide them through that. You have to find the rules for them. Be gentlemen, okay? Yeah, you chose that for her, and you go with what they are saying, what the story they want to say. Okay, yeah, that's the rule. You know, try to make the mechanic role behind them. You know, the girls like to drive cars, but they don't like to repair them, and they don't want to know why when they turn their key the motor is functioning. You know, they want to drive their car. That's the same thing in role-playing games. They want to to drive their character without knowing why the mechanic is working. Okay. So you have to make them feel comfortable. And with that comes the fact that they are great role players. Throughout the years I've been playing, most of the best role players I have ever had were women. They know how to play the game. And often they even don't know about it. They do it naturally. And often I was saying to them, hey, that was great. And they will say, oh, no, because I'm not good at that game. We all know that kind of girl will come around the table, let's say for a board game, and they will be like that, no, I'm not good at those games. It's not true. In role-playing games, they are awesome. You have to make them clear. Make that clear for them. They are natural role players. And you have to kind of take the rules away, open the curtain of rules to let them pass through. And they will pass through. They will feel comfortable. They will feel that they are in their place around that table, and they will feel that they can be part of it. So you have to make them feel comfortable around the table. And all those women, I'm not good at that game. No, tell them that they are awesome, because it's not true. They are lying. But but what can I say more? The girls want a story. The girls want to feel comfortable around the table, and they don't want the numbers to stop their game. Okay, so that's how you can make women feel comfortable. In general, there are exceptions for guys or for women. You can have rules freak women, and I'm sure there are plenty of that. And we all know guys who don't like rules at all, and they are role players, and that's all. Yeah, okay. But in general, that's my observation. The first game ever I've been in, I was a kind of 13-year-old, and we have two 11-year-old girls that were friends from my brother around the game. And, looking back at that game, who was running the game? It wasn't me, the game master. It was one of the girls who was playing the cleric. And she kind of ran the game, She kind of playing her character. She was the one who was having IDs and, driving the game and driving the group and making, the story real. Even if back then we didn't know how to do that, well, she was the best player, as I recall, around the table. That was for sure. And, So, I think I've nailed it all. Hope it's useful. I hope it will help you invite women around the table. And, so feel free to comment. See you next time. Bye.